Hi Aries, welcome to my YouTube channel, Moon Jasper Jam. And if you're visiting me from Facebook, welcome to my pages, also Moon Jasper Jam. Hope everybody's doing well. I haven't done a reading for you guys for a while. Um, I wanted to do a numerology reading. I don't know if I've done one for you guys yet because I've been doing it for the past few months on and off. Sometimes I'll do moon readings and always do the tarot. So what I do is I take the last video load reading that I did for you, which was January and February, actually. I'm behind the time now here because I like to do a couple months at a time. And I write that down, and it's always like a minute separate, one on YouTube and one on the Facebook page. So I like to include all of those numbers together. I'll break them up and add them up to the total. And so I'm also going to touch on doing the March and April past. And, we'll see what's moving to the past in that area. And even after, even before that, to go past those months. But since I didn't do it for you, I just want to see what the energy is and maybe moving to your past in that area. Everybody's different, so it could be you're going through it now, or you're going to, or maybe some won't. Everybody's different, can't be for everybody. So I'm going to pre-shuffle these cards for you right now. Maybe I'll pause it a couple times as well. I'm going to ask Universe of love and light energy only to please bring forth messages for the beautiful zodiac sign of Aries. We're going to do for um, March and April past 2021, and we're going to do for May and June. Okay, and it is timeless, so it could be any time. If you feel drawn to my readings at any time, please like, subscribe, and share as well. If you like a private or group reading, send me a message. Visit me on the other. If you didn't see me in Facebook, go there. If you didn't see me on YouTube, go there. Like, subscribe, follow, share the love, share the messages. All right, so before I do your tarot reading, I want to do the quick numerology reading. This way we can see if it's different or if it coincides with your reading. So I'm just going to lower this down so I can look at the numbers for you. Okay, so we had 16 and 19. And then we had 16 and 18. So that's 16 minutes and 19 seconds. So right away I see the 16, which is in the tarot. It's the tarot. It's the tower. So therefore there was something that came that's shocking. It could be anything. It could be personal. It could be someone close to you, but it's probably something for you personally that was shocking that you either knew it was going to happen or you weren't sure. But the tower can also represent an Aries. Like an Aries could come in and um, they could, how do I say? They could come in and they could get things done. Sometimes people won't be comfortable with it. They know how to start things up, if they want to cause like a little bit of rockiness or a little bit of like mischief or a little bit of argumentative, but they could also be um, just come in and, it could be the opposite thing too. They come in and they could straighten everything out too. So it's like they have that capability of being able to, shake things up, but at the same time put it all together. Because they wouldn't. I don't think they'd really be shaking you. I don't think you'd really be shaking anything up if you didn't know you could fix it. So that's a good thing, even though others don't always understand that. 16 could be like getting angry, yelling, or in relationship, it could be unstable if somebody wasn't faithful. It could be even family and friends, or just just shocking. It could be even worldly that's affecting you. When you see how things are happening around the world, and it's unstable, but even personally for you. But then when you have the 18, there's 18 represents the moon in the tarot, and it represents. But wait, if you take the 6 and the 1, that's a 7. So that's saying you have some options. Okay, so being that you have options, even though you have an instability there or a shocking revelation of some sort, trauma, it could be anything. There's options, so that's good. Maybe not all the options are able to be used or available, but they are there to weigh your measures on that and slow it down when you make decisions. 18 is the moon, and therefore the moon that shows that it was something secretive or something hidden, because you don't you could look at it one way in the dark, and then when you look at it in the light it looks completely different. So it's saying that you have to be able to slow down and really understand something, really view it. unless you don't care that, things are secretive, because people are. But at the same time, you have to realize that there's an illusion. There could be an illusion. This could also represent dreams and being psychic. And maybe you're even thinking, how can I not have known this, or something like that. So then you have also um, the 18 and the 19. So the 19 is actually the Sun card, and it's the happiest card in the deck. And I saw it when I first pulled out of the sack today, but it wasn't shuffled yet for you, but it was on the bottom, and so it did show itself. That's the happiest card. So maybe some of you feel happy about this unstable situation, or this explosion, or this situation that you thought would work and that didn't. So maybe now you're seeing the light, because before it was in the dark. Now it's illuminated, so it went from the dark to the light. So whether you wanted to face it to a blind eye or not wanting to know, whether you really didn't know, either way it happened, or it's going to. But this is really um, already, like, some of you could really be in the past already. So now you're reflecting. So then when you take, um, so now if you take the 1 and the 9, that's a 10. That's saying it's a completed cycle. It's like the Wheel of Fortune. You took a chance, and then you should always take a chance. Of course, you should learn from your experience and try to make plans, and know that things are going to work out more favorable, of weighing the measures and knowing that there's a more of a possibility. That don't In other words, don't gamble, weighing the possibilities and what's going to work. And sometimes you just jump off like the fool into the wind and just give something a try. But with that, that there could be heartbreak, or distrust, anything that's shocking for you. And then now, when you take the 8 and the 1, that's a 9, and that's a wounded warrior, and that could definitely represent an Aries, because that's like saying, okay, I worked so hard, I did all this, and I'm exhausted, but I'm not going to give up on the situation, because maybe it could be anything. It could be your pride. It could be it really means something to you, and it actually is part of your makeup. You thought something was going to work out, and it didn't, so you just kind of keep want to work on that. And the wounded warrior has been through a lot of things and challenges, and by now they know, but they still don't give up, and that is a secret for you guys, because that's a spark. That's a spark that you carry, a fire, a flame, that even though sometimes people will just, die out with their light inside, you may feel that way at times, but usually you don't stay there. And if you are, then you need to be with, good people that you can love and trust, and have an outlet. But the bottom line is that you have that spark in you, and then suddenly you start a new journey or a new adventure, which is like the lead for the rest of us. So that's really beautiful, because it deals with fire. You're a fire element. So, you have to learn to tame your fire sometimes, and to let it build gradually until you have something really stable, until you feel like you're done with that, and you want to say, you know what, it's like a sand castle. You build it up, it's beautiful. And then you're like, okay, let's knock it down. And what else? Should we rebuild this again, or should we try something different? So it's being creative, and it's a lot of great qualities about that. So let me see now. So yeah, the 7. So if you have, I think it's a 17, because if you take 9, 10, and then another 16, which is 7, that's 17, and that's really like healing. That's the healing card, the um, beautiful um, person that just after the tarot moment, really, that's what comes next. It's just like, you know, bearing your heart and soul, and knowing that finally, there's nothing else to lose, or there's, like right when you gave up, you just finally, maybe you needed that rest, but then you start to build yourself up, and you do it through healing and doing really great things for yourself and for others. And if you need time alone, that's okay too. And so, let me just finish this part up for you. So we did the wounded warrior, we did the 10, the 16. So now it comes out a lot of 16, which ends up being a 7 in that. So if we have 8, so the 17 is an 8, which is also um, having the strength to get through this or go through it. And then you have the 7, which is, so now you're back to a 15. The 15 is, well, first, before I talk about the 15, you add that together to 6. So overall, it's a victory, and that's really good. That's a victory among many, whether it's personally inside you, that you had to go through challenges and now you're like being enlightened and you're growing and you're evolving for your soul's growth, learning lessons, finding more fruits in life to enjoy, even if it's starting over. But then when you take, so the 15 is a representation of the devil in here in the cards, and it's like temptation. It's like, going through, when you're going to be in that type of mindset. It's toxic. It's going to cause uproar. It's going to cause the tower moments and things that are not stable. So, and also don't let yourself trick yourself and think that something's good when it's probably maybe not. But don't forget to give it a try because you know that you can weigh your measures and be vigilant and have the experiences. But know that overall you have a victory over that. And remember that, if you want to try things, do, but don't overindulge in too much. Don't get lost in it. Remember that you have other things you can do too. You don't not just one thing consuming you, but to have a more of a balanced situation and get yourself to go and have your like being able to do a little bit of everything so you're well rounded in all areas. But that's a really good numerology because it ended up with a victory. And maybe some of you don't feel that way, but you need to look at it from other angles as well because to realize that you do work hard, and you are the fire starters for many people. And that's really beautiful. So let me take a 1 minute pause and then I'm going to come back and I'm going to do your tarot. Hi, Aries. I'm back. It took a minute. All right, so I pre-shuffled these before when I was on with you doing your numerology. So we're just going to go right into it. We're going to ask for any messages in general and in love. So whatever stands out, and finances, whatever wants to come up for you. Here we go. On the bottom right away, this is where I stopped before. This is being a gift. This is the ace. It's hard to see, right? The ace of pentacles. Okay, this could represent an earth sign. It could represent a Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn, but it represents a gift being offered to you that's very stable and solid. So maybe, if I go into your numerology, there was something maybe this was first what you thought it was and then it wasn't, but it could also be after you went through that, now you're getting this offer because this is your energy now. Okay, so this is what we're talking about right now. I'm going to do the main one for you right now, but this is in here because it's right there and it's on the bottom. So here we go. Aries, basic energy. So now you have two aces, okay? Got that. That was on the bottom. Now you have the Ace of Cups, and that's really beautiful. This could represent a Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio, but it represents really just overflowing emotionally. I mean, yeah, I guess it could be over emotionally, like sad, but I think this is something over emotionally because of the card that's with it. Is just stating that to love what you do. Oh, you have a couple of them here. So, all right, so with this beautiful gift being offered, two of them, it's something that's practical. It's something, it could be the people that I said, the elements, earth or water coming in, offering that to you. But could also just be you just feeling this way, whatever it is. Because this right here is somebody working really hard and focusing. And maybe you need to focus because this card came up, the Five of Swords, and these are people that you originally were on the same team. It's like the knights that fight together. And then suddenly the battle's over. And there was maybe some are close now still, but others seem to be going their separate ways. Now they could go their separate ways in an easy way. But technically there may be some turmoil because that could be that tower from before. People leaving, feeling entitled, feeling like they deserve more or whatever it is. But this is a new focus now, I believe. This is a new focus because now this could be your work, doing something that you love. Some of you could have felt backstabbed at work, or you were focusing on a certain person, You know, it could be anybody, it could be family too, but in love, it could be focused on something, and now you're like, no, we're going to separate ways. I'm just going to keep focusing and do what I want that I love, you know? Or this could be the fact that in spite of those people and that situation or whatever it was, or that person that screwed you over, you feel that way, or maybe you could have done this to someone, you continue to focus. This could represent air, Libra, Gemini, or Aquarius. So on the bottom, you still have your coin. And then here, this could be a Taurus. This is the Hierophant. This is saying before you had like-minded people. I mean, before, at one point, maybe there was a like mind. These are like-minded people. These are people that fought together that suddenly are not alike anymore. Their morals or values have changed. So if it's in love or even friends or family, whatever it is, it's like, this could also be focusing because of wanting to have a relationship. This could be a marriage, working hard for your family or for your relationship, even for yourself, but working to plan a marriage. It could be marriage. This could be a Taurus. But the Hierophant is basically somebody, that's in charge, someone who's in charge of things, but, does it fairly. And people really believe in that, So when you get people on board with your ideas, I always say this about Aries, you can't force people to believe you or understand. You'd have to express it. Well, the first thing I would say is make it fun, because when the more fun, the more people can relate to it or relatables. They want to come, they want to follow, they want to understand. But not everybody's going to understand your ideas, so you have to take the time out to show them, express it, and have patience, because then they'll hear you. So, all right, what's in the root of this for you? Okay, so it's like having a wish fulfillment. Wish fulfillment. And yet, in order to get that wish, you had to cut something off, or you're getting more knowledge in how your wish was coming true. Because again, this could be severing ties, because this king represents, again, air, Libra, Aquarius, or Gemini. It could be, it's your energy, it could be your energy. This is again water, Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer. Somebody could also be overindulging here again, and somebody was cut off. This could have been like that in a toxic situation. If this was two separate people, not just you and one, this could be both you, but if it was two separate people, like, no, you have to stop, doing that. You're consuming, drinking, whatever it is that consumes you. Um, and this one's saying, I'm not going to tolerate that. I'm going to cut that off. Or it could be even one person saying, okay, I've had enough. I'm going to be stern. I'm going to get more knowledge, more information. You could be getting more information on something that's a wish fulfillment, because this is a wish fulfillment. So, it's like, what do you need to do to get it? And this is really in your root. So it's like cutting people, places, and things off that no longer bring you happiness. But remember, even if you do that, if you're sitting there all by yourself, I mean, that gets boring after a while too. To try to get along, or find the right people, the right person to be around. So now, what's moving to your past here? March and April. And look, there goes the sever, and there you are, the Fool. You took that leap, and even though whether you knew it, and look, see, these are cards that are coming out. Here's your 17, the star, your healing card. Beautiful. See, after the tower didn't come out. Maybe it's because it was in the past, but we don't know that. Maybe it's not going to come out. But this is something that will happen after something that was wounded, after you felt, wounded. Could see the Hierophant could be in a relationship, engagement, or a marriage. But this is saying, I took a leap of faith because I got the knowledge. This is moving to your past. So you took that leap. Maybe somebody ended something and now focusing on something new, you know? But you had 3 gifts so far today. That's amazing. Maybe you cut people off, or maybe you just got more information on something. It could be a job, it could be a relationship, and then you just went with it. Yeah. Into the future of this, a very beautiful, independent. This could also represent, again, Earth, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, but you being represented. being able to enjoy the finer things in life after your healing. And this is a beautiful couple right here. Again, Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. Doesn't have to be. It could be just a very good, stable relationship financially overall. Happy with everything materialistic in this physical world. You know, but working hard to get there and taking some time out and knowing to have to build over time to have this. But some of you maybe you want to rush things, and yeah, you take that chance. That number 10 almost ending, but the wheel keeps spinning and spinning. So you take a chance. But what can you live with on your choices? Or these people that maybe weren't good to you, in your job or that relationship or whatever it was that caused an uproar and having to heal now. But look at you. You alone are fine. Male or female. This is like I've worked really hard. I'm enjoying myself. Nature, animals, all the great finer things in life. Maybe there's one coin missing. Maybe that coin could be it. Um, it could be that one thing, that relationship. It could be that job or that one idea that you still want to fulfill or adventure, whatever it is. But it's like almost 10. So, but it's really enjoying yourself, and you should. So your advice here, some of you, okay, Cancer, Cancerian, that's me. Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio. And then there's two, so there's two. There's also, there you are, Aries, Leo, or Sag. Some of you are hanging out with a water sign, that's me. And I have an Aries friend, a lot of Aries around me. That could be true. Wondering whether this is working so hard on something and saying, should I continue, or I'm exhausted again? Should I continue on this job or this relationship or whatever it is, or should I just leave it all behind and start new, taking that leap of faith? You know, this is, but just to say, this queen, if you balance this out, okay, you're strong, you're brave. This queen right here, the Queen of Wands, that's you. You're brave. You get things done. You could be stern and strong-willed, and you could also be light, airy, and flexible. But depending, on the situation and how you're going to choose to handle it. Just remember, when you're dealing with people, especially this person or somebody like this person, this you could be blunt. This is an emotional person. This is a person that does things through their heart. This is a person who does things through their head. You combine the two and could see each other through the other eyes, or at least try. It could be a really good relationship. But this could be you as your advice to say, how do I move forward? What do I do now to make this grow, or walk away? But it's saying take your heart and your mind to be able to blend something to have the right you. Let's show some energy, show some emotion. Because you're always going to be the person that's going to stay light, be positive. Even maybe putting some of your emotions to the side. Not wanting to feel it maybe, but if you go into your emotions, you don't have to stay there. But you go in there, and it's like something can touch your heart, which is really beautiful. And this is a great king. He does make things beautiful. This could be a guy for you, or it could be women. But either way, it could be representing you, saying that you worked again hard to get everywhere where you wanted to be in life or in a relationship. And it states that it came through time and patience, which was really nice, because when you do things slow in moderation, not to say you don't have fun and adventure, but build for a future, because, or take the time to realize you have done it for some of you and to appreciate that. And remember not to overindulge in it. And if you have enough to share with others, because this king right here is loving, caring, and generous, which is really nice. Possible outcome here for you guys. This is a good reading today for you. A lot came out, so I'm just going to take them. Trying to see things in a different perspective. Again, like I said earlier, maybe you're forced there, maybe you're saying, let me see from another person's point of view or the situation. And look, I just went like this, and the tower popped out. So there you go. I can't believe it showed itself. All I did was tap it down a second. And it's right. See, your emotions could have been hurt, or you could have exploded on someone, or they could have, or could be a breakup, and you're emotional about it. But remember, you're seeing things in a different perspective now. Right here, the Hangman. But you have here manifesting anything you want, but when you do it with love and compassion, because if you put if you put not positive energy out there, then that can't come back to you. And look, you're here in the young version, starting completely new again. Okay? This could be a lot of suitors as well coming in, both male or female, if you're male or female. Starting over with a brand new, beautiful passion. Waiting, some of you waiting to step through. Okay, maybe if this was somebody, if this was love, somebody, it's like two together, or somebody's going to be dropped here and a new adventure begins. Somebody really loving and charming coming in, a water sign. So, that I wanted to say that this could be Aries, Leo, or Sag, but could be in love. But I always think I'm doing the reading for you. It's you. So, and then here, this could be water again coming in, or just somebody who's loving, kind, charming, and fun. But also could just be a charmer, so be careful as well. But use your charm, do it with love and compassion, and put good out there with love. Keep focusing on what's going to make you happy and the ones that you love happy. Anything else for Aries? Huh. The trickery, but it's sticking out in the back here, okay? Because that happens, there's trickery. Trying to grow from this, trying to see things in another perspective. The Two of Cups, soulmate material, really feeling, it could be a contract, but feeling loved by it, connection, a connection again after a disconnection. Maybe that's somebody new, or maybe it's somebody from the past that you saw things in a different way. Then here are two knights, one's very slow, one's very fast. So it could be two separate people, or it could feel like sometimes you're slow and sometimes you're racing. So you got to get in the middle ground there, good momentum. Beautiful. Two of Cups. There's a lot of suitors for some of you. And you guys are always adventurous, having fun, which is good. Hope you enjoyed this. If you did, please subscribe, like, and share. Until the next time, wherever you are in the world, have a great day, night, or evening, morning. Bye, you guys.